Hey everyone, it's Grady from SUBOVERLAND, and in this video I'll be doing a walk around of this Chevy Tahoe that we just finished up with. Let's get right into it. This has been a really fun build. It's an 03 or 04 Tahoe. I'm doing this after the fact, so I forgot what year, but it's been a really fun build. And the Tahoe builds, just a quick, usually our most common one is the Suburban build, but the Tahoe, it's same drivetrain and everything, it's just a little bit shorter wheelbase. So, it's a little easier to maneuver and better off-road overall because of the shorter wheelbase. But those are the main differences. This has the Summit package, so it has, everything, and then some add-ons that we'll go over. But first start off going around the vehicle here. And as you can see, it's in good shape, but it's not perfect by any means. When I purchased it, it needed a front bumper. It had a little, ding in there. And so we replaced the bumper and, painted to match. And so that's all new up front. And then, it's just in good shape. We didn't have to do, much other body work. One of the doors was sagging, so we had to replace some bushings in there, which is, that was the first one I've ever had to do on this generation. Anyway, and then just some other random little things. But when we get the vehicle in, this one, like I said, was a Summit, and so first we do all the mechanical, and so this has our base package, and then we do the interior build out. So for suspension, we do a torsion key up front, so you replace the torsion key. It's a torsion bar setup for the front suspension, and in the rear it's new coils made by Moog. They're the HD coils. They do great, and I just have loved how they performed and the ride quality of them over the years. I've spent a lot of time in these GM vehicles with our setup. And we do Bilstein 5100 shocks. Great shock. Can't say enough good things about those. They're just the perfect stiffness and just a really good shock that lasts a long time. And also, with the suspension, we don't really lift it too much. So in the rear, it's getting like a half inch to an inch of lift. It's not a lot, and that means we're going to level that front. So the front will be about 2.5 inches raised, and the rear is about a half to an inch. And then we level it out, compensating for what weight we're going to put in there. And so we have our little calculation, and that's difficult to get correct. And so over the years, I feel like we've done a good job at getting that level height perfect. And then from the suspension, while I'm underneath there, we do all the brakes if they need it. I can't remember if this particular one needed them or not. And then all the steering components. So we'll check inner and outer tie rods, pitman, idler, ball joints, control arms, all of that. So we're checking all of those, sway bar, links, bushings, all of those. And then U-joints, anything that's driveline related. And we'll also, change all the fluids while we're underneath there, and do a, fuel filter, anything that needs it underneath the vehicle, it's being done. And then the tires that we use are a Falken Wild Peak on this one. We do a lot of different brands from BFG, Falken, General, Cooper, and they're all going to be around a 33 inch. So this one's a 285/70/17, 10-ply tire, snowflake rated, and these usually have around a 50,000 to 60,000 mile warranty. So great tire, quiet on the highway, and they're not, loud in town or anything. And if you keep on top of rotations, they'll stay quiet throughout their life. And then from there, we'll do a tune-up. So we'll get into the engine compartment and start doing our stuff there. So fluids again will be changed, and we'll check, for oil leaks. These cars, it's a 03 Suburban, so there will be a certain amount of leakage of certain components. But what I'm checking for is any active leak or catastrophic. And so there's a difference between like a seep and an active leak. And so we will fix anything that needs it. Like the active leaks obviously are not going to be, pass our inspection. But as far as, if there's a seepage or some minor leak that isn't going to cause any problem throughout that 3,000 to 5,000 mile oil change, I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to rip an engine out and reseal the whole thing, because that's not what our price point is. If I was restoring the vehicle, that would be a different story, and we would do all that. But we are doing a refurbished vehicle and getting it ready for our clients, and so we're not being unrealistic with our pricing there. And then from there, we will do all that. So tune up, so that includes spark plugs and wires, transmission fluid, engine oil, front and rear diffs, transfer case, brake fluid, power steering fluid. All of that is inspected and changed accordingly. And from there, that's the base pretty much. And we drive the vehicle for over 200 miles. And so I'm driving these things, shaking them down, getting all the little things done. So check engine lights are obviously taken care of at that point, and everything else also. And then we'll get into the interior. And so this one has a Summit package, so it has the full blown build that we do. So as far as woodwork, there's the wooden ceiling. We do pine shiplap on these. And then it has cubbies. So, we use birch, plywood, for the wood here. So birch that we cut on our CNC router. And so it's all nice and everything. And the platform is also birch. So the bed platform with the underground storage, so the slide out drawers. So that's all included in the Summit. Also with the Summit is a fan. We do a Max Air, I think it's a 4500. It's the automatic one with the remote and everything. And then it has a 100-watt solar panel up top. With this one had a basket rack. We have a couple different options there, but this one has a basket rack and a solar shower from Waterport, and then a Roam awning. We work with Roam quite a bit, and this is their 6.5-foot awning. We also use their storage box if a client wants that instead of the basket rack. So that's the roof setup. And for how it's all powered, we have the Delta EcoFlow. This one has the Delta, and I can't remember if it has the Delta or Delta Max, but I'm pretty sure it was the Delta. We also offer the Delta Max, which gives you more battery capacity. They're great. It's a lithium battery, and they have this supercharge, I forgot exactly what, hypercharge or something that they have. You can plug it into 110 and it charges like that. It's crazy. And then also there's a fridge included in this build. So we have the Dometic, I think these are called the CF25s now, or they just updated these. So I'm not as familiar as the old ones, but this is around a 25-liter fridge, and that fits in where the center console was originally. And then also with the interior, we will replace any of the leather seating, that's ripped or anything, or repair it accordingly. We're not going to, again, fully restore the vehicle. That's just not what we do. We're not going to do a carpet kit and make everything new and paint it. That's just not what we do. We make it, we have our level of standard of what we replace, and if the seat has a rip, I'm going to replace it or repair it. It's that. I'm not going to replace the whole, upper and bottom if it doesn't need the upper. Anyway, and so this one was in really good shape. I can't remember if we replaced one or not on it. We can talk a second about add-ons on this one. This one has the 12,000-pound winch from Rough Country that we use, synthetic rope. And then this client supplied this double din and it's got like this big old screen that pops out, kind of like a Tesla or something. Anyway, we've done like 2 of these now that clients sent us, and we did them. It was cool. And this one has a double din and the backup camera. I think it had vent shade, window coverings. I'm trying to think of the add-ons here, but there's a bunch of add-ons that we offer on top of just our regular Summit package. This one also had the Flowmaster exhaust, so it's a Delta 50 is what we use. And then just in general, this is the Z71 Tahoe, so it has a G80 locker in the rear, and we keep those running boards, and then the roof rack's a little bit beefier than normal. And so the Z71, I really like the Z71. It looks great. That concludes this tour. Again, it was a Tahoe, Z71 Tahoe with the Summit package with a bunch of add-ons. And so if you guys are interested to have more information on how you guys could become a SUBOVERLAND owner, please feel free to reach out to us and subscribe to our channel. And also check out our website, suboverland.com. We're also on Instagram. You can find all those links in the description below. But thanks for watching, and hope to catch you on the next one.